Peace, family. So this video we are going to discuss some of the healing benefits of Yoni steaming. Okay, so there has been a lot of course, growing conversation about the concept of Yoni steaming, the benefits of Yoni steaming, why the Yoni steam. It's just a lot of fuss about it. And there's one reason in particular that I think this is really happening. Something that I've noticed over the past 2 or 3 years is that the divine feminine energy is like at an all-time high. Like, I don't know if you guys can feel it, but every woman I know is like extremely empowered. Like, yeah, I'm a queen. I'm a feminine goddess. I tap into my goddess abilities. I mean, women are becoming awakened like by the masses over these past couple of years. And in that surge of energy, I think a lot of women are just looking for ways to really tap into femininity. And Yoni steaming has been something that has been around for centuries, okay? And women from all different cultures have been doing Yoni steams for centuries. But it's just now beginning to come to the Western Hemisphere and becoming so popular to women over here because women are becoming very awakened to this divine feminine energy and this surge. And I don't know if you guys like recognize it, but I mean, if you look up in the sky, the moon is straight up in the sky at the same time as the sun. I mean, divine feminine energy is at an all-time high in everything. Like, if you pay attention to, next time you're outside, look up at the sky and look and see that the moon is clearly visible. And I mean, when have you ever, I know when I was younger, I never went outside and I saw the moon in the sky at the same time as the sun. And to me, that's just basically kind of like a note from the universe saying like, define, I can't even talk today. Divine energy and divine feminine, it's time for you to come out. It's time for you to come out from the shadows. It's time for you to, stop hiding. The moon is not hiding anymore. She's out. She's up there. And as we know, the moon has the power to draw, women, and the moon cycle, and the energy within women and the emotions. I mean, the womb is in every way, shape, or form that you could think of, like a physical embodiment as far as the ethers goes, and like, or the planetary alignment goes, a feminine divine energy. So, okay, back to Yoni steaming. Now that I got over that rant, basically, in this video, we're going to talk about some of the benefits of Yoni steaming, the physical, but also the spiritual. Okay. And then I'm going to follow up this video with how to Yoni steam. Basically how to administer your own Yoni steam at home if you don't go to a place. So there's something that I get all the women who come to me for Yoni steams to do. And this exercise, I feel like, makes a huge difference between whether you feel the benefits of your Yoni steam or you don't. Okay, there are going to be a couple of things that you're going to need, which I'm going to get into all the supplies in a minute in the next video. But in this one, we're going to just talk about, what you need as far as like your physical body. So one thing I want you to do is you need a quiet place, okay? And when you're in this quiet place, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ground yourself. Whether grounding yourself means listening to meditation music, whether grounding yourself means burning incense and sage in the home, whether grounding yourself means, meditating for a few minutes, whatever you do to ground yourself, I want you to ground yourself. Second, before you do your Yoni steam, I want you to place your hands over your womb. Okay, you're going to put your right hand over your left hand over your right hand, and place your right hand up against your womb. Your womb is about 2 inches underneath your navel. So if you put the palm of your hand on your navel, you're pretty much touching your womb. And you're going to take in 3 deep breaths. And the reason why we're taking these 3 deep breaths is because we're going to basically, and I'm going to get into this in the next video, but we're going to basically breathe in the life force in the energy that's in fresh breath. And I want you to take in deep breaths, hold it for a few seconds, and then let it out. Okay, and after these 3 deep breaths, I want you to just be silent. Be silent. Absolutely silent. And what this silence is going to do is going to help you tune into the voice of your womb. Now, some women in the beginning of this is like, my womb isn't saying anything. I can't hear my womb. Hadida, what does my womb even sound like? I don't know what my womb sounds like. I never even heard her voice. I mean, my womb has a voice. I never even knew that. It does. And the more you do this, the more you become in tune with it. But the reason why you're doing this practice is because you're getting tapped into the manifestation powers of your womb, and you're having a womb versation. Womb versation is all about listening to what makes your womb happy and what makes your womb sad. What dis-ease you may be feeling. By dis-ease, yes, I mean disease, you may be feeling or experiencing in your womb. You're going to get tapped into all of that. And after this meditation, you're going to administer the Yoni steam. Now, after the Yoni steam, now the Yoni steam takes about 20 to 25 minutes. Some women do it for 30. I suggest 30 if you have that amount of time. But if not, 20 to 25 minutes is fine. After this Yoni steam, you're going to take the time and you're going to journal. Whatever thoughts come up to your mind, whatever thoughts come up to your mind, I want you to write them down. You're going to get a journal that is only for your womb, that you only put down your womb versations, okay? And I have some womb versation journals for sale on the red tent. I'll get into that in the next video, but basically you're going to sit down and you're going to journal. And what this journaling is going to do, it's going to help you get in touch get in touch with the healing energy that you have within your own womb, okay? That no doctor, no outside person can give you. Your womb can heal itself of disease, and we're going to get into that later on in some other videos. But basically it's going to tap you into that womb healing energy that you have within yourself, and it's going to also tap you into your heart chakra. So when you're journaling, I don't want you to try to like make sense of what your thoughts are saying. I don't want you to try to like write perfect sentences. I just want you to literally just kind of ramble, like go on a rant to whatever comes up in your mind for like 5 minutes. And when you get done, take a deep breath and go on about your business. Now, warning, over the next 3 days, you are going to be experiencing probably some random thoughts about past relationships that you've gone through, past relationships that you've had, whether it's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, but specifically those men that you were sexually involved with. They're going to come up. And you're going to be like, that's real random. I mean, he was like 10 years ago. Why am I thinking about him? What it is that your womb is taking the time to really purge. And the more you do Yoni steams, the more you're going to get in touch with this. But your womb is going to take the time to purge every dis-ease, every discomfort, every uncomfortable feeling it's ever had. It's going to bring it up, but that bringing up is going to be your way of releasing it. And when you feel these conversations come about, when you feel these topics arise within you, I want you to simply do 3 deep breaths and then go on. Carry this womb journal with you in your pocketbook, or your briefcase, whatever you have, because this womb journal is going to be where you jot down your notes. And I mean, some of these things are going to be random, but every single time you do a Yoni steam, I want you to write down what the date and the time is, okay? And then the next 3 days that you're there, you're going to be drinking plenty of water and you're going to journal. Now, some of the spiritual benefits, like I said, of Yoni steaming is increased womb versation with yourself, okay? Becoming 100% in tune with your highest self, okay? Because as women, our power lies in our womb, okay? That is our power. Whether it's manifesting the life we want, manifesting life into this earth through children and birthing children. But if you don't have a womb, that's perfectly fine. Yes, you can womb steam, Yoni steam, all of those things. Yes, you still have a voice to your womb. If you already, had a surgery that removed your womb, you still have a voice of your womb. Your womb still has a voice inside of you. So I don't want you to feel like, if you don't have a physical womb, that you don't have a spiritual one. It's still there, okay? It's connected to divine feminine and the higher self that is inside of you. And another thing that the womb steam is going to do, the Yoni steam is going to do, is it's going to also help you purge some of the past problems and issues and emotional baggage that you've been carrying. Okay, now some of the physical benefits of yoni steaming is it can help to decrease some of the symptoms that we experience as women through our menstrual cycle. So if you are a woman who deals with bloating, who deals with cramping, who deals with prolonged bleeding and discomfort of any sort, like not cramping, but the discomfort that comes with your menstrual cycle, like just that kind of blah feeling, it helps to relieve that. Okay, another thing that it does is it helps women with PCOS. I personally had PCOS. I suffer from it drastically. There are two things that I did, one of which was a spiritual aspect of some stuff, but the second thing that I did was I did regular yoni steams. And what I realized that the yoni steams helped me to do was shorten the length of my periods. When you have PCOS, your cycle can stay on for 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. I mean, extended periods of bleeding and full on bleeding. Okay, and so it helps to shorten that. Another thing that yoni steams helps to do is for women who either had miscarriages, if you're a woman who experienced miscarriages, or if you're a woman who is healing for after childbirth, womb steams and yoni steams help to clear out the energetic buildup that's in the womb, as well as the physical buildup that's in the womb. So it helps to tone the womb. It draws the womb muscles back together. It can help to increase the blood flow to the pelvic area and to the womb area. Another thing that yoni steams does is it for those women who experience vaginal odor, because some of the clients that come to me, not to be TMI, but I mean, this is a woman's channel, so I'm just going to be quite frank with you guys, and y'all know I keep it real. Some of the women who come to me talk about the vaginal odor that their vagina has, and so womb steaming can help to release that odor and the bacteria that's causing the odor. In another video, we're going to talk about, your pussy is what you eat. Okay, it smells like what you eat, and we're going to talk about that. And yes, I said pussy because we really have to untaboo every word and that is around the womb, and anything we call our vagina is perfectly fine. Your muda, your cha-cha, your vajayjay, your pussy, whatever you call it. I want you to be empowered about that. So I'm going to use whatever word I feel like to describe our vaginas. And today I'm picking pussy. So, the vaginal odor that some women experience, it helps to decrease that. Another thing that I just lost my train of thought on my another thing that the yoni steams help to do is it helps to help those women who have vaginal infections like yeast infections, UTIs, and bacterial vaginosis. Yoni steams can help to decrease that, because you got to remember, we're steeping our wombs, we're steaming our wombs with the healing properties of these herbs, and these herbs are going up, and they're like that evaporation that's happening over the womb and inside from the water that's hitting the womb. It is releasing bacteria. You're going to notice that you're probably going to have increased moistness, not so much that it's uncomfortable, but you're going to feel the increased blood flow. You're going to feel the cleanliness, the feeling of being clean after the yoni steam. And that's because your yoni is going to be releasing the toxins and the different bacteria that is in it during this steam. Okay, and let me think, is there anything else I forgot about the benefits? I don't think there's anything else, but if so, I will put it down in the comment box below. But I just wanted to come to you guys and really talk to you about some of the benefits that are in yoni steam, the physical as well as the spiritual, because as women, we have to be tapped into both aspects. We're always worried about, how does it look? Do we shave it right? How does it smell? Do we wash it right? How does it, do we package it right in the right panties and all this kind of craziness? But nobody's talking about the spiritual aspects of our womb, or very little people are talking about the spiritual aspects of our womb. And I just want us, as we're talking about all of these, beautification aspects of making our yonis pretty and all this kind of stuff, I want us to also focus on the spiritual aspects of it, so that we don't become unattached from the voice that our womb has and the presence that our womb should have in our lives. Okay, so I love you guys. Peace, family. I am getting ready to do the video on how to Yoni steam. Basically, take you guys step by step on the whole process, and then show me giving myself a Yoni steam, and then you know, with being covered, but you know, how you basically administer the Yoni steam. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please place them down below. I will be checking in to see, you know, make sure you guys you know, are following along, and that everything I'm saying you're understanding. If you have questions, you can also email me at thisredtent.com. thisredtent@gmail.com. You can find Yoni steams for sale on thisredtent.com, and all things Yoni. Okay, love you guys. Peace, YouTube family. I will be seeing you very shortly. Mwah.